I think we're now on.
We are live. Can you
Yes.
hear me well? I think so. I can hear you, Yamaç.
Yes, I can hear you, Florian.
Good
Hello.
to see
Good
you.
evening.
How are you?
I'm doing great, energetic, excited for our session. How about you?
Same here. Very excited about this experiment we're running here.
Oh, I'm going to, um, feel excited. I was going to say that at first I wasn't feeling any excitement, any nervousness. Now I do, but
Yeah,
I think
I,
it will
I
pass.
join you in.
Like 5 minutes ago, to maybe to the audience, 5 minutes ago we were like, oh, everything is fine. We are back on backstage, and now we're live, and I'm very excited to also have this experiment all together. So we maybe start by introducing ourselves, what we're going to do
Maybe we
today.
can start with sorry for interrupting you, but
Of
let's
course,
start with
come
the
on,
creative
it's a
dialogue.
podcast.
Give some frame of how long we're going to take. We agreed on 1 hour, right? And going to stop at 8 p.m. CET or 9 p.m. Turkish time, right?
Oh
So
yes.
you can expect 1 hour of awesome and exciting content. Maybe that's first thing. But yeah, you wanted to say something. Let's do that.
Oh yes, well, exactly. We said 1 hour, so would like we would like to keep it that way. So everyone is investing their private time, and we appreciate it highly. And let me start by maybe introducing myself, and then pass the voice over to you, and maybe we can talk about the agenda ish. This is a flowy kind of thing, so we don't have an agenda really. So my name is Yamaç, Yamaç Kaya. It can be pronounced with two parts. Ja, as in German, yes. Much, as in I love you so much. So sometimes you can apply for different types of languages for that. I am a system artist. I will come to that later, what it means. Normally, I would say that I am a business transformation coach or consultant. I have like 6 years experience in agile coaching, agile transformations. And before that, I was a project manager, operations manager, software services engineer, etc. All of that, boring stuff. So overall, so basically, I am a part of SysArt, which is a decentralized network. Florian has dropped, so I call to the backstage. He's back. Come on,
I
guys.
got kicked out, but you can hear me. I don't know
Yes,
what
I can.
happened. I'm back.
I thought, yeah, I thought I didn't lose you. I was just casted in front of everyone since I was talking. So yeah, um, the SysArt. I was talking about the company. So it's a decentralized network of consultants that we founded about 7, 8 months ago. And the reason that we call ourselves system artists is that because the holistic approach that we always follow when we are approaching to the customers. So it's about evaluating the system as a whole, and we believe that it's an art. So having art side on top of everything is just something that we do. And additionally, maybe on the education side, I can talk about some details. I am a computer engineer at Basics. Then I did my master's degree in management engineering. Now I'm doing the same area with trying to graduate actually the PhD in maybe 2 months, hopefully. So is there to summarize, I can say that I love science, art, and humor. Those are my values. And I'm going to talk about my gear later because I love to show off. And now I shut up and pass the voice to my dear colleague Florian.
Thank you, Yamaç. Yeah, I'm Florian from Cologne in Western Germany. I started my agile journey about 10 years ago. First, I started as a PO or more like a product manager. So I have a business background, studied business administration. And then I was one of those business guys who had to create their first backlog, and I was kind of overwhelmed, as it happens sometime. And I spent some time in taking care of the what we do, also in a more broader sense, not only technically. But over time, I realized more and more that what really interests me is how we are working together. And I focused more and more on that. I went into consulting quite late, at the age of 35, spent some years there, and spent some time in a big consultancy, then in a small consultancy, and now I'm a freelancer and happy to be part of this SysArt network and happy to be on board. And also happy to have met you, Yamaç, because my other part, for 25 years now, I'm a DJ and play electronic music. So since I was 16 years old, and it has never left me. And I don't know why, maybe I'm crazy. I just cannot stop. And it has been there all my life. And then I met Yamaç, this guy with the guitars in the background and working for a company that is called SysArt. And yeah, we know each other now for 3 months, and yeah, we felt like maybe there's something more to it. And I, independent of what Yamaç and me are going to do today, I started thinking about combining music and agility before, and try to put it into words like, for example, you can have familiar rhythms and also new ones. These change, so these patterns change. Or you have uncomfortable sounds, for example, in the DJ set something new or disharmonic, but this can become something nice, or depending on what you play after, it becomes something awesome. So what has been influences what is and what is to come. And yeah, it goes from irritation to coherence and maybe back and forth. And I think that's valid for the dance floor as well as for teams and organizations. And yeah, there's this one saying. Can I say it right now? I think that's the one quote we have.
Go ahead, please.
Can I go ahead for this whole event? It's like, if you want to change the system, you have got to dance with the system. And Donella Meadows coined the term, who was a systems thinker, and she identified levers of how to influence systems. And biggest lever, by the way, is changing the paradigms with which you look at systems, then the goals, and then it goes further down. But she also said, even though there are levers, you have to dance with the system. So it's not a linear thing. You need to know, well, I've heard you need to know the dancer and the dance. It's both. And yeah, it's non-linear, it's complex, it's emergent. And yeah, also tonight is going to be kind of emergent. Am I right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that part I'm very, very excited, because we're going to make music together, to be frank, online. So that music, we have no idea what's going on. We'll just wing it. We're going to add on top of each other. It will be working together, releasing together, and doing an iterative music production. So it's an experiment. So we don't know what will happen. But when you mentioned about the music and agility, I also immediately think about the stage times. That I started my music career when I was in high school with drums for 1 year. I was 14 years old, I think. And then I realized I couldn't get girls. I continued with guitar. And then since I already also loved singing, that's why I also switched to guitar. And then in university, I started playing piano, bass guitar, and all of that. Then we had our first serious band, in which in 2008 we had our very, very serious hundreds of people filling the audience concert, which we were doing some hard rock. So in the first song, I did not feel my legs. And that was so intense, I even cannot remember what happened. And I let it go after I realized I could communicate with the audience. I asked, what happened like that, like this? I asked for a water, basically. And they brought beer, of course. I drank the beer and then let me a little bit maybe ease off. But I realized the audience will not be throwing eggs at me, so nothing will happen. It's just a presumption. And then I realized I can also get feedback from the audience. Like, how does it sound? Like, do you hear any distortions? Do you hear anything like pa, 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 or weird noises or feedback or hissing? Like, stuff like that, we started to get feedback from the audience. And then I realized I was doing some adaptation to it without knowing it. So then I stopped caring about the change, accepted as it came. So then, of course, after a couple of stage experiences, as Florian mentioned, it's not linear. We have a lot of different types of cofactors that are changing at the same time. Like, what happens if your guitar player loses a string, which happened. We were doing AC/DC TNT, which of one of my favorite songs, and our guitar player he was playing this solo like he was a pro, like very beautifully, and in the middle of it, he lost his E string, and continued anyway. Didn't stop. Didn't say, "Oh shit, I lost the string. Now we got to shut down the stage." No, he kept at it, and we did a short break. I announced to the audience, "Do you have a spare guitar?" Normally we did, but we were like very young and poor. We didn't have the second guitar. So at that time, I realized mistakes happen, and if we can adapt to it as fast as possible, things will turn out fine. And that's what the agile people say. There are changes, adapt to them, and do it fast.
Or you just buy 5 or 6 guitars and then
yes.
also, right?
Coming to the showing off part.
Yeah, before you show off, what came to my mind while you were talking is this stage fright we set in preparation, to be honest. Did some preparations, but being courageous and taking steps that you haven't been taken before, and is something that you have to or should do in creating music, and leaving your comfort zone, and that's also valid in business life. If you only stay where you are, you might not grow. I saw, before handing it back to you, I saw a question how we are going to synchronize. Wait for it. We are not going to, we are going to have some live elements in what we do, but we're not jamming live in a direct.
No, we can do some stuff like this.
Yeah, he can play, but I won't join in.
Whatever, but yeah.
He can also sing, but you wanted to talk about your guitars.
Yes, let me show off a little bit. Yeah. So I'm in a room that is like a 2-room apartment, and one of the rooms, before I moved in, I said, "Stop, I'm going to do something with it." I had some gear, and some of them joined later. So you see a couple of guitars over here, and I want to mention, I'm not going to talk about them one by one, but I really want to mention that these 4 guys, the one that it's in the edge, they are handmade. So I have a friend, a dear friend, and also a childhood friend, who builds these things. Also an artist, and he creates prototypes. And I am the first customer of every time. Whenever he wants to do a minimum viable product, I buy it, of course, with a certain discount, I must say, and I do the testing. And if something happens, we learn something by it. That's why it's so many. So this is the classical one. This is the 12 string. This is an acoustic one, and this is an electronic guitar with some Brazilian rosewood and pomelo trees, and all of them are experimental. I wanted to mention that. And I have a piano over there. I can show it to you, but never mind. I have a keyboard and some stuff that you don't see where the camera is lying, some recording equipment similar to Florian. So that's the reason, yeah, besides showing off.
Yeah, thank you. And what we're going to do soon, I guess, and I see that you're on mono, Ulle wrote so. And after reading it, I recognized it by myself. So maybe we see what's going on. And if not, we're going to be on just one side. But I am not in mono, I guess. If so, let us know, please. And yeah, we're going to do an experiment and go step by step. So iteratively, and also build on each other. So that's the incremental part. That's something I had to figure out over time, the difference between iterative and incremental approach. Like iterative is step by step and incremental is building on each other. But correct me if I'm wrong, Yamaç. I think I got it meanwhile. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course,
And,
come on.
Okay, I'm in stereo. So yeah, let's see how it goes and also in how far it works with the music we are going to deal with. Yeah, should we build something?
Yeah, let's do. But by the way, based on our tests, when you are sharing, nothing happens with the echo. I think maybe we can validate that too.
Let's try that. So I'm going to start sharing my screen right now. The whole second screen. You should be able to see it right now. Is it true? I can see my sharing?
Yes.
So what we're seeing here is a DAW, a digital audio workstation. As I'm into electronic music, my first choice, honestly, it's my second choice. I tried another DAW before, but it's also the first choice because when it comes to electronic music, this DAW is the best to deal with. You have two views. One view is the session view, where everything is ordered into columns, or you have the arrangement views where everything is sorted into rows, so-called tracks, and the session view is helping for dealing with experimentation. And I just saw I have still something in it. How could that be? Yeah, and my suggestion would be, let's start with something easy. Over here you see the tempo, 120 BPM, which is kind of a common dancing tempo, not too fast, but also not too slow. And I would start by creating a kick, and I've pre-prepared this kick column. I double-clicked it here, and now I've created a MIDI track, so to say. And here's a kick. I hope we hear it. No, we don't hear it. So that's how it happens all the time. Let's see. That's the setup. I need to arm the track. No, still nothing. What I do now is just try and put in the kicks, then press play. Now here we go. Okay, that's just an average kick. And what you can do is increase the so-called velocity here so that it gets louder. And I would suggest to just keep it running. And then I go into the mid bass. Well, you can have different kinds of basses. Mid bass, sub bass, step bass. Like sub is really low, there's woo, 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 woo. Mid bass is more like woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I better try.
You're doing a mock-up, right? Okay.
Yeah, we're faking it, like kind of an MVP. We could also sing, so this would be a minimum viable product. No, let me also, I just double-clicked in the mid bass section here and created another MIDI file. And you can see the length. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 bars long. So same length as the kick, but let me duplicate it. So it's double the length of the kick loop that you can see here. And up front, we agreed on using A minor.
A minor, yeah, that we prepared.
Why do we do that? Because, let me stop that for a second. It's not that nice. A minor is a key, so eine Tonart that doesn't include the black notes, only the white ones. That makes it easy. And minor in German said Moll is more driving. So in dance music, minor is used a lot. And that was a minor chord, I guess.
Yes.
Couldn't have told by my ear, but it was an educated guess. Yeah, let's put in a MIDI note. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should be 1 beat long, if I'm not mistaken. Let me play that. Oh, okay, here we go. And let me then.
Have a woo.
Sorry?
You have a woo.
Yeah. And another one, and another, and another. Okay. So that's using a synthesizer right now. That is, oh, come on. The preparation got in the way. Let's take a new one. Let's take a wavetable. That's an onboard synthesizer. And now it sounds different, right?
Oh, yes.
And I can put it up an octave. And it's a sine wave. So let's keep it on A2 for now and manipulate the sound. And one thing, what we're doing today is, or when we're doing it, process is more important than the outcome. We won't have a full-fledged track at the end of this 1 hour, but it's about the process and what we are going to do. And yeah, combining the music with Agile. So let's manipulate the sound. The wavetable synth is here, and you can manipulate the envelope. And when you do that, the sound gets more plucky. I need to turn up my volume here. But let's keep it like this. And then right now it's a sine wave, but you can put it up and do it like this. So it's more like this saw, like more edgy and a little bit more rough. Let's
do you these kinds of things on stage? Like if you see the audience is not energetic enough, like increase the octaves when you inspect?
There are two different kinds of electronic music shows you can do. So a DJ only plays records. So records that are readily produced, he or she plays one, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. And the magic is in what kind of tracks do you select at which point of time, and what do those tracks do to the audience, and what kind of energy do they have. What you also can do is like live electronic music, like electronic bands which play on stage. They would do these kind of manipulations live. They have their 10 tracks maybe and manipulate it live. I'm far away from it. I'm a DJ for 25 years now. I started music production half a year ago maybe. So that's why I'm also especially nervous. I'm new to this. I saw Tillman in the crowd, who's doing the course with me. So let me show you what I know so far, but that's nothing normally you would do on stage. So I have one oscillator. You can add another one. We change to this, and now it's a dual tone. Let's put this one further down, and you also can transpose it one octave down, which would be 12 semitones. and now it's like it has
like a heartbeat.
that's like a heartbeat, so to say. Yeah. And let me do some manipulations because you have a filter here. You can hear that. And you can map this movement to some kind of predetermined path. And often LFOs are taken for this. So this up and down wave, and you can do that in the metrics. You click here and then on LFO. And now you see it's bouncing. And yeah, maybe that's it. Or let's do one thing more. The LFO2 is the same. Let's make it a little slower. And then map the LFO2. I start to forget that I'm doing a broadcast right now. Take this one, which is moving the sine wave, and map it to the LFO2. So you can see now it's moving, but not as much as I would have loved to. So let's make that a little quicker. A little bit more and a little bit louder. Okay, now at the kick.
Oh yes, something is now vibing.
Yeah, but I don't like it. Let's make a few more changes. I would like to have it on the offbeat.
Yep, skipping.
So delete that. Can we do it like this?
Shoot away.
Okay. Maybe let me add one snare. So this, I need to push that button. This one, so on the 2 and the 4. Now we're starting to get some kind of rhythm. And I think we're good for now. But you know what I do? I will not do this, but it should work. This transposing stuff, it's 1 octave down. It should still be harmonic, right?
Yeah.
So let me jump over
to the audience.
Yeah.
While Florian doing the export, maybe write some lyrics like a chat.
Great idea.
Yeah, let's do some lyrics, and I'll try to sing along with Florian's bass line.
I see something from Per. Am Plattenteller flink, am Crossfader flott. Maybe you can translate that to English, Per? So let me record what we just have in order to make a loop out of it and send it to Yamaç. Now it's recording. You can see what's happening here. Now it's taking the signals from the clip that we're playing round and round and round and putting it over time. And I stop it now. I have to reactivate it. Now we have the kick and the bass here. And I love to bring that to a sharp 8 bar. So when I zoom in, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. It's long. And normally in electronic music, you have this
infinite.
It's infinite, but you have this 8 bar logic. Like every 8 bars, something is happening, or every 16 bars. But that's the logic, and that's what people kind of expect. So you normally stay within it. Maybe you don't because you're more creative and stuff. But yeah, infinite, like I just double it now.
That's the cheat.
Will you be good with 16 bars or you need more?
Yeah, no. I'll be good.
Okay,
do we have any lyrics? I don't see the chat currently.
Yeah, let me check
switch.
the chat.
Okay.
Perhausen, flow your art gently down the value stream. If you see a SBC, don't forget to scream. Yeah.
Okay, nice one. I'll try that. Per, thank you.
Okay, wow, that's getting wilder than expected. So let me save this.
Per, did you ask that to ChatGPT?
Okay, let me export this. SysArt jam number 3. And let's cross our fingers that it will work this time. We had some issues before, but because you never know what happens. There can always be hiccups, especially in music production, where some button is not working and it's a mess and you have to figure out for hours what's going on, but not today. So let's see what the export did. And let me try to open it before I send it to Yamaç. So 1 second, please. Go here, productions, project. There's a fresh MP3 file from 7:30. Aha, so it worked. Yamaç, I'm now going to send you an email with the file.
All right. Just to fix the mono thing, is that now better?
No, you're still
On the left channel?
sided. Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to fix it on the fly.
Can you play the piano maybe quick? Maybe it's just the microphone?
No, the microphone is picking up that music. Yeah.
It's also just on the left.
Okay, I switched the... normally it should be like that, but... How is it now?
Now it works.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry for torturing you.
No, I have problems with my right ear because over time, you as a DJ, you wear the headphone. I have them over here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask yourself, what does a DJ do with a headphone? Well, on the headphone, you listen to the music. Are you seeing my left side? Because it's in reverse. Okay, great. So I'm just confused by myself. You listen, I do that on the left side to the next song on the headphones in order to compare it what is already playing in on the dance floor, and then bring in the new track. And that's why you have headphones. And when you always have your headphones on the left and the right ear is exposed to the monitor box, so the speaker that is extra for the DJ, well, after 25 years, you can tell it's still okay, but I can tell that it's not that well. And yeah, it comes with a cost. So what could we call that? It's like health debt or something. Yeah. Music comes with a cost, but it's so much fun. Am I still sharing? No, I'm not.
No,
right?
No. Okay. Maybe I'll try to get back.
Marcin also has some kind of experiences like this.
Yes, I thoroughly apologize for that because I checked the stereo input and now I unchecked it, and somehow unchecking it solves the problem. Weird. So
did you receive the file?
I got the file. I have my digital audio workstation set up. So I share my screen.
I'm curious for some real music because honestly,
come on.
Yamaç is the musician here. So, and the producer to be.
Okay, so let's hear the music.
You have loaded the loop I sent you, right?
Yes. Let's hear it. Good. This goes like this, so why not add some piano over it? So I'll try to do something simple. So, hope I was in sync and it was audible for you. So what I'm going to do, it's a different interface, different tool. So how does it matter? The tools are tools just to make our lives easier. So
yeah, and
we have.
Sorry, tools are not an excuse for not working together. There is a
Of course,
workaround.
yeah. So I'm trying to refer to individuals and interactions over processes and tools. So I have digital audio workstation called Studio One, and what I do here is to connect my piano, the digital piano, to my computer and see I have some things that I have recorded. So what I recorded here is sometimes out of sync, you see. So I need to even that out.
How can you
I
see
do
that?
that?
Can you explain?
I see.
Maybe?
Yes, there are, since we have identified 120 metronome, the tempo, it should be like 2 beats per second, right? So in that 2 beats per second, you developed your song. So on top of that, I recorded my piano. And you see there are some gaps. This is the beat moment. And this is where I hit my keys on the piano. So this gap is the human error of me. So if I play this along, let's test it. Sometimes it's a little bit early, sometimes it's a little bit late, like, whiplash. Am I dragging? So, not quite my tempo. So I'll just do select all and hit this Q button over here. But before that, I need to select the scale and hit it. So it should be evening that out now. And let's see, apply. Yes. So when I do this, let me make it a little bit pleasant to look at. Now it should sound better in sync. Let's see. Since I did the scale wrong, it failed. I just do Ctrl Z and set it to 1/8. And now it should be better. If not, I'll deselect it. Yeah, it failed again. Let's do 16 because, yes.
Or we keep it like it is.
Yeah, this is good. So we have a piano, and now I'm going to add some vocals if I can.
You see the chat?
Yes, flow your art gently down the value stream. If you see an SPC, don't forget to scream. Okay. For those who don't know what SPC is, it's a safe certification. Used to be called Safe Program Consultant. Now it's Practice Consultant. So, okay, let's try. I accept your challenge, pair, and let's say...
Safe, for those who don't know, maybe it's a scaled agile framework. So like not working agile like Scrum for a team, but for more people, more teams and stuff, or for huge organizations. It's a framework where a lot can be discussed, but this won't be the topic of today.
Oh, yeah. So good thing that is I got that flow in my subconscious level, and I did this 3 times. So maybe it will fit. Okay, here we go. So it started like that, and I need to have some time before I get prepared. Flow. Something like that. But I hear a lot of different noises, but let me check if that is accurate. So I need to select which note I'm going to use before vocalizing. So it goes on like this. Flow. So you have different types of harmonics. So I can do this. Or this. So these are different notes. So if I do flow, 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 or flow, flow, flow at the same time, there will be dancing together. So let's try. I don't know how it will turn out. So I'll just do the flow, 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 your art. I will not do that, just flow, flow, flow part. Let's see. All right. I'll cue myself in. Flow, flow, flow. Flow, flow, flow. Flow, flow, flow. Flow, flow, flow. So it goes on like that. And I'm going to add.
I have an idea, a crazy idea. What I learned in production is to have this call and response kind of thing. So what about taking the vocals, moving them a few
I know. Yeah, I know that trick.
to the front and then letting it answer by the piano, or vice versa. Can you do that, or will that stress you now?
No, I will do that, but first I need to do the harmonics thing if I can. I'll try that, then your suggestion. That's a good one. So let's go. I need to mute this so I'm not influenced by it. So what did I do? Flow, flow, flow. Now I need to go somewhere else, like here. Or maybe flow. Flow, flow, flow. Something like that. Or maybe a little bit down. Flow, flow, flow. But it's a little bit low. So maybe I'll overstress myself. I'm not shouting at your ears, but let's see. Flow, flow, flow. Flow, flow, flow. Flow, flow, flow. So we have different types of notes at the same time. So play them together. I'm going to play them together. Only vocals. Flow, flow, flow.
Oh, a choir.
Flow, flow, flow. So yeah, we have a choir now. And play them all together. Flow, flow, flow. Flow, flow, flow. Flow, flow, flow. So we have a lyric intro. So if I can shift these right as Florian suggested, let me delete the intro part so we are muting the silences. Okay, so what you have mentioned is that we have this one, and then my flow, flow, flow comes after in a scale, right?
Yeah, could you maybe delete one more bar in front so that you have the start of the vocal sample?
Oh yes,
start
you're
of
right.
That's how I would work, but
yeah, you're right. So they are together now. So let's try to drag and drop. Whoop. So it can be in sync with on top. It may sound very weird. Let's test it. Flow, flow, flow.
maybe a little further back.
Little bit right?
Yeah, to the right. Starting at bar number 4, maybe.
Yes, you're right. So I select them both and go to 4.
We didn't plan for this, bringing in ideas and stressing each other, but
Oh, that's the point. Let's see. Flow, flow, flow. Flow, flow, flow.
that's what
It's
I
good,
meant.
right? Yeah, perfect. I delivered, right? Come on.
Yes, woo!
Okay, a dependency has been resolved. A friend of mine requested something. Okay, I am going to add one more thing. I'm going to add Have a good night, pair. Thanks for the lyrics. I will share the link of the recording, so we're going to develop more. We have 15 more minutes, so I'll share. I'll add some more thing and deliver it to you, to your hands, to enrich it, you electronic music guy.
Yeah, let's see how far we can go, but you can send it to me and maybe we'll go on working on it afterwards. And then, no, I'm not promising anything right now. Otherwise, there will be a lot of pressure, but some ideas pop up about what to do with it long term. Maybe we can have a flow song. I'm not sure.
Why not? So I will add an acoustic guitar. So let's see how it will sound, and if it's okay, let me get a pick. Even though I'm so unprepared, I even don't have a pick. So here is one of the new guys that I have, and I will, pick up the voice. How is the sound?
Sounds nice, and in stereo as well.
All right, so let's try to make it happen. So, okay. It's not clean, it's a little bit dirty. Let's see how it sounds. Whoop, up, up. And if I do some enrichments over here and try to clear it, because I have some strums that I don't want to lose. Hopefully I did not overclip. All right, let's hear it. So in the very beginning, it's not that good, but I'm going to delete them. So compromises. I disliked it. Now I will just play this part and deliver it to you.
I'm starting to think about arrangements, like starting with the guitar, then letting the beat pop in, and then letting the guitar fade out and start with the piano. But we don't need to do that now. But maybe you can send me the loop of what you've created, and maybe afterwards send me the single tracks and let me start playing around with it.
Right.
I would love to do that.
You got yourself a deal.
We're creating cliffhangers here. I'm aware. Oh man.
In between loop, MP3 is well for you?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So what I did here, I asked about some technical specifications before I do my stuff. So do that. File name. SysArt. Music and agility. Or let's say flow, flow, flow. So between loop, I click OK. Hope no clipping will occur. There was a clipping, but that's okay. Because of the mix, I did not do that. I will not delete the file. It's here. I'll stop my screen and share this back to you.
And one thing that is not related to agility per se, or correct me if I'm wrong, but that pops into my head is the 80-20 rule. Coming up with the ideas and jamming. it's done quickly and it's fun, but the last 20% are the hard parts, where it goes into mixing and mastering and stuff. That's what I currently experience. Like coming up with a track structure, like some synthesizers and music is nice, but figuring out everything in detail is hard work until you say, well, that's releasable. And maybe that's the difference to Agile. You don't release regularly. We are releasing towards each other, but not towards a customer right now.
Yeah. Whole point is that to get that data about if they liked it or not. So what I did on the fly, you did some comments. I got my first insight. I don't know. Only person that I know of what I'm doing is me. And that's not a good sample, I would say.
Yeah. So if there are further ideas from the audience, let us know, even though we are getting close to the end of the session, but maybe we take some ideas with us and we'll implement them. Yeah, let me see whether something arrived here. Yes, I got something. Let me download it. And let me share my screen.
While you do it, there is an echo on Florian's voice, only with me. There's a question. Maybe I shut down my... Okay. Thanks for the feedback. I shut down my reference monitors. Now it should be completely over my headphones.
Yeah, tell us.
Thanks a
if
lot.
it's still there. So let me play the old loop quickly from where we came from. Okay, that was it. It went on and on. We have let me create a new one, an audio track here, because you can differentiate between MIDI and audio tracks. MIDI is where you draw those notes like I've done before, and audio is like a real recording of a wave of an audio. That's what Yamaç basically did most of all. Let me check my downloads. Where are these? Here. And now drag and drop it into it. You stayed well within. Well, one bar is missing. We had that before, right? So
Really?
Yeah. Let's keep it like it is. Play it and see what happens.
It's a little bit fast.
It sounds fast, yeah. What I did now is double-clicked here in the sample. I will explain soon. I guess that's what we had before. I double-clicked here. It was saying something like 112 dot something.
So it was increased in speed.
Yeah, the system got it wrong, but now I double-clicked and it got it. I don't know why, to be honest, but now it's in sync. And also I had the feeling that we're missing one beat, and that was the issue we had before, right? So there was no signal between number 16 and 17, and bar number 16 ends at 17, obviously. Maybe add just some more drums, maybe quickly. Let me create an audio track. Where is it? I'm confused now. MIDI track, I mean. Let's grab a drum rack, bring it here, and load up a drum. Well, you can hear it playing now. It's an example. And a 909 is the standard drum rack. Create a loop again. Make it shorter. Zoom in. Now a loop is playing. Let's see. Let's add a hi-hat. Oh, that doesn't sound right. I'm now failing here. I don't know why.
It doesn't sound, or it's not picking up.
Well, it's there if I play it on its own. Normally it should be on here and then work. If I combine it now, it's a little bit lagging. Now I know what to do, because you can see here in the beginning, there's a gap. And
Yeah,
what I said
exactly.
to you earlier, that's something we need to do here as well. Taking it, moving it here, then moving it here, so that it starts at the first beat. Now let's try again. Aha.
Oh, nice.
Here we go. And what you can do is put one before and one after that, so that you get a pattern,
A natural feeling. You're
a
also
natural feeling more. Like this, and then maybe let's increase the loudness of the tree. Double it. We can play around with it later, but let's play it one more. Still a bit out of sync.
Oh, yes.
But okay-ish.
I think it sounds good. Good enough. We did in how much time did we spend on that? 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes.
Like my techno ears are a little bit more strict, like I'm used to everything being on point. But also in electronic music, there are like, I can show it to you very quickly. You can click on this button. I learned it this week, and you can drop grooves here, and it will manipulate the sound to be more swingy and organic and not machine-like. But yeah, there are so many more steps to take. For now, I would say let's keep it as it is. And yeah, we had 35 minutes and got something. Maybe we will do some final edits, and I think we should post the increment. We can commit
Why not?
to that. Let's do that.
We can do that.
Yeah,
we can do that.
We will post the increment. Let's be open and transparent, and let's let others adapt the work and bring in ideas, and also ideas for a potential follow-up of what might happen, because I had fun, Yamaç. I don't know about the audience. Let us know, what did you think about this session? But Yamaç, how did you like it?
I'm thrilled as always. You know, it's you see when I forget how to speak English, it's an indication. But yeah, Florian, it's been a blast. So every time we do also music talks, we do some work talks, we do these synchronizations. That also gives me a lot of reminder that we are also, I would say, human. So we talk a lot, I know, but that's the beauty of it. So what we have done here is to be courageous about what can happen next. Will not be the worst thing. So thank you for that.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be courageous with you. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And
yes, we are going to work tomorrow, of course.
Yeah, maybe not play music, but do other stuff. But yeah, looking forward. And I will let that sink in and think about what we make out of it. But that wasn't the end. It rather felt like a beginning. Thank you. And also, what we're able to do is time boxing. I guess we're just on time. I see some more seconds, but we started a few seconds early. So let's keep it. Let's finish it for now. And thank you very much. Enjoy your evening, everybody, and be back soon with
Oh, yes.
whatever. Let's see. Thank you for
Thanks a
joining,
lot,
everybody.
everyone.
Take
Have
care.
a great evening. Take care.